Was it weird when they made a movie about your life, when you knew that other SEALs had died, that other SEALs had gone through very similar experiences, and then all of a sudden you're getting all this focus and attention? Did you feel like it wasn't warranted, you didn't deserve it, or you felt like you need to spread it around to all your other brothers who you knew had also died?
That's a great question. In our community, that's tough. And when they were telling me, like, hey, we got to debrief this, put it into a book, into a movie, I was like, wait a minute, are you kidding me?
Right.
I was like, my brothers are going to chew me up and spit me out.
Right.
And they did. But then I carried myself a certain way. And they'll, look, no matter what, they'll always talk bad about me. If you're not getting picked on in the SEAL community, that means they don't like you. Like if somebody comes up and they're like, hey, bro, good job. I'm like, you're lying,
Right.
Come on. Like, we're a family.
Yes.
And none of my brothers really will ever compliment me. They love me, and we love each other, and we'll fight to the death for each other, but they will never pay me a compliment. The matter of fact, the harder they are on me, that means they're like, hey, you're a piece of shit. Like, that means good job, right? So each one of them are different, and I never judged. When we're in, it's kind of unique because we're in platoons, and you can there are different guys. I mean, they're the guys we keep behind the glass. You don't even want to mess with them. Don't talk to them. We got the geeks, the nerds, the 12-pound heads, Ivy League guys. All across the board. So we kind of rotate through. That's why they break us up after every deployment. So you can't just get in with a clique. They make you work with everybody.
Really?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do it?
Yeah, that's why they do it.
So what happens after deployment?
You come back, you got a little bit of break, then you come back in. They're like, hey, this is the new crew you're with.
Really?
Yeah, you think it'd be more proficient to keep us together, but the reason they do that is so it's the teams. You have to learn how to work with everybody.
That's
like
brilliant.
They'll have a chief that's hard on you, like, man, I don't get along with that dude, but then the LPO will be great. And then all the E5 Mafia and all them guys. And that is by design. It's so we'll always remember to love each other. Because there's some guys that, you're like, man, that guy's a freaking this, that, and the other. He doesn't do this. Yeah, but he does this real well, and that's why he's here. So why would you judge him on that? That's not his business. And then it's hard to pick that up as you're growing up in the teams. I learned this watching the leadership. I was like, I hear all the younger guys bitching about the head shed, the leaders, because they won't let them fight, or they this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, it takes both sides to get us into this. If you're the new guy in here, it's kind of like a freshman congressman going into work. They're like, hey, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to put these rules down, I'm going to do this. And when you walk in there and everybody's been there a long time, they're like, you ain't doing nothing. Shut your mouth, get a haircut, and check the watch bill, right? And then you got to learn to deal with every one of them guys. And that's what makes it the teams. Like, yeah, I know no one likes that guy, but I do because he saved my life. And if he was willing to do that, then I don't care about his style. That's his style. Learn to appreciate that. Because if he's down here and somebody else can tolerate him, that means I can. I just need to learn how.
Yeah.
I shouldn't expect somebody to learn how to deal with me. I should try to learn how to deal with them.
Right.
And that's the humbleness. I'm like, yeah, have I accomplished all this? Am I this? And I am what I am. I am absolutely 100%. But should I pose that on everybody? No, man. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna learn what you love, and I'm gonna learn how to love that, and then I'm gonna learn how to operate with it, which makes us unstoppable force, right? Immovable object, unstoppable force. You put them two things together, when they start coming at you, and you're like, hey, man, he just loves me for me.
Yeah.
That's an unbreakable bond, man.
It's brilliant that they figured that out.
It is, right?
It really is.
I don't think they did it on purpose.
Really?
No, I don't. Because we always kind of look into that and like, hey, who made the SEAL teams up? How'd the program start? I think it started off of two different programs that were kind of had a good base, and they put them together. Well, you can, with that being, when you know that, like, you know the outlines, right? But when you put them together, you can't even imagine what it creates. It's a hybrid. It's spliced. So there'll be some things that you recognize, but then there'll be some things like, man, I don't even know what that is, right? And once we figure that out, we start going through it, like, we're capable of some things you can't even imagine. Yeah. And everybody else will look at it because they can't understand it. It's just because you didn't go through it. And over time, it feeds itself. And those that go through it always look back and be like, hey, I had to go through it, so will you. It's okay. Just do it. Just do it.